Okay, let's take a look at your warm-up. This is your first couple lengths of the pool, and I like the idea that you're not afraid of the water. I know you and I discussed this quite a bit, but see how your arms stay on either side of the blue box? Your left arm crosses over just a little bit, but see how your arms are reaching out in front of you? You're going to see when we go to the snorkel that we lose this shoulder rotation. We talked even a little bit about it at the pool. But to be able to go 25 yards, that's what we call a Tarzan swim, where your head's above the water. That is extremely difficult. Not only is it hard on the muscles of the body, but your legs have a tendency to over kick to help with the propulsion of getting down there. But this takes a lot of strength. I know you think sometimes I'm just saying this to blow smoke up your skirt, but it takes a lot of strength to do a Tarzan swim. It's actually an elite level skill that we do in the pool for open water. Now you can see here when you get the snorkel, you maintain perfect extension, and partially that is because you're not having to pick your head up to breathe. That's one of the things that I do like about the snorkel. But notice how fast your feet are kicking. You can see underneath the water that you're relying a lot on your legs for propulsion again. We talked about using the palm of your hand to grab and pull yourself forward. Now I want you to see as you swam away there how your feet are doing a lot of the kicking for the propulsion. Now this next video segment, we're going to have you swim towards us with it. And what I want you to pay attention to is notice that your hands, as soon as they enter the water, they immediately start pulling back. This is what I was talking to you about and what I wanted you to see. Instead of there being a little bit of a pause out in the front, which allows you to glide, as soon as your hands touch the water, you immediately start to pull through. This is causing you to not go very far with each stroke, which then you rely on your kicking. Now what I find interesting here is when we put the pool buoy in there, notice how your feet come along just for the ride. And this puts a lot more stress on the shoulder joint, particularly the front of the shoulder, the anterior deltoid. So what you're going to find when you swim like this is that your shoulders are going to catch on fire because you're loading them up with every single stroke, as you can see there in that video segment. Now as you come back towards us, what I want you to notice is good arm extension, great rotation, and we talked a little bit about it. The problem with the snorkel is it doesn't allow you to rotate. And what we were talking about at the pool is I would like to see your right hip and your right shoulder rotate as you take a right breath. And then as you take one or two strokes, I want you to get that rotation where your hip and your shoulders are coming out of the water. Not to be redundant, but I should see your right shoulder with your right hip, your left shoulder with your left hip. So let's work on the drills of catch up, and let's work on good body balance, and let's work on good full rotation and reaching towards the other end of the pool.